Chris, on the flip side, AD left the game with an ankle injury last night. So should the Lakers be encouraged or discouraged?
Discouraged, no question about it. Look, I get it. It was a great win, one of the best of the season without question. And LeBron was phenomenal. I don't think that was just one of LeBron's best games this season. I think that was one of the best individual performances in the entire league because he just willed the Lakers to victory. He obviously was hitting threes. He's driving to the bucket, finishing over Gobert. But LeBron, as great as he was, to expect him to do that now without Anthony Davis is just asking too much at his age. And so as much as Lakers fans today might want to feel like, here we go again, LeBron's turned back the clock, I think they got to feel like, here we go again, AD is hurt. And I think he's going to be out about a month. I mean, you guys saw how he went down.
Yes.
LeBron is taking a long time to come back from ankle sprains. How long is AD going to take? And I really think the last game against Golden State, even though it was a loss, and this game, their defense has improved. But now when you take AD out, because they still can't stop the ball at the point of attack.
Nope.
And now you take AD away, and that defense is going to go right back to the bottom of the league like it has been for most of the season. So I just think that if the Lakers can stay between, they're 9 right now. If they can stay between 7 and 9 when AD gets back, whenever that is, then I think they have to feel good. I don't see them rising up into 6 and above, obviously, but they got to make sure they don't fall out of the play-in. So 7 to 9, then they have to feel good about themselves when AD comes back.
Can I say encourage, but only short term? Because, Skip, I think they needed this game going into the All-Star break. I mean, that's the last thing that you need, but considering that you had the game Saturday night was on the silver platter for you. You're supposed to have won that ball game because we've seen Golden State lose their last 2 ball games. They lose, in horrible fashion. One of them, and last night, Morris hit a shot at the end of the game. Right. Jokic was unbelievable again, Skip. There he goes again. Oh, Joke.
Not better than Embiid, but go ahead.
But anyway, so I think the thing is for me is that the way they were middling around, Chris, I thought they were going to get blown out by 20. They could not stay in front of Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell like, okay, I'm finna go. Now I'm going to pull up with 3. I don't even feel like going all the way to the basket. And then he said, nah, I don't want to shoot a 3 because I'm tired of that. I'm going to go all the way to the basket. I'm going to lay it up with my left. I'll lay it up with my right. I'll go up and under. I'll do whatever I want to do. And then all of a sudden, something happened. And Russ stopped turning the ball over in the fourth quarter. He hit 2 big free throws, but LeBron was sensational. LeBron, and I think Russ in this situation, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's better suited to be the second guy as opposed to the third guy because he's been the second guy more times than he's been the third guy. And he didn't handle that well. But I think Frank Vogel's got his attention. You play bad, you're sitting over here with me. I'm not afraid to sit you down because I think Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka in the front office enabling him, Skip, do what you got to do. If he playing bad, put his butt on the bench. You see Russ, all of a sudden now, he comes out in the third quarter, and late in the third quarter with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and he don't come back in the ball game until about 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I think they're starting to get his attention. I'm encouraged short term. But if you look at the Lakers' record, it's better without AD than it is with him. I'm not saying they're a better team. They're not, clearly. But, Chris, let's not kid ourselves. You know AD hadn't lived up to his talent this year. He had 5 games after he came off that 21-game stretch. Yeah, exactly. So this notion that, man, they going to miss, like he giving us Giannis numbers. If he was giving us Giannis numbers, I'm like, oh, man, we doomed. If he was giving us 29, 11, and 6, let's get, it's over, man. We can't overcome that. But he wasn't giving us those numbers. Oh, LeBron James, look here. LeBron, as long as GOAT James, say his name, Skip. When no one's around you, say GOAT James, I love you.
Phony GOAT James.
You know what I'm saying? Say his name. As long as GOAT James doesn't miss any time, they will not fall out of that 9 spot. As a matter of fact, they're going to rise up and catch the Clippers. That's what they're going to do.
Well, they get them right out of the All-Star break.
They get us. If we don't get them, they get us.
Right.
They get the Clippers coached by a much better coach than you guys have.
I'm not arguing that.
Okay. Clippers don't have their 2 stars. You've got GOAT James.
Yeah, and he getting it to folks in it.
And Chris Broussard, my friend, speaking of phony GOAT, I cannot let lay your statement that you made about I lost track. It got the hyperbole just overwhelmed me, but it was like all-time great.
No, he said this year. He all said it was this season.
Great.
Oh,
So
this season. This season.
Okay.
This season. No, yeah, just
Chris,
this season.
I'm sorry.
That was turning back the clock. Yeah.
You have forced me to do to you what I did to Shannon to open the show. LeBron was all-time great until the final minute, and he could not close because he's not a closer. He never has been a closer, and as great as he was up to that moment, then he had the shot with 56 seconds left. We don't need to see it again, but he had a little 8-foot fadeaway that was going to be the dagger because they were up 3 at that point, and he missed it badly. And then of all Lakers, Austin Reeves, AR-15, the undrafted kid out of the University of Oklahoma, is entrusted with the dagger shot. We thought it was the 3 of the night. It was even bigger than LeBron's 2 threes because with 17 seconds left. LeBron did kick it back to him. LeBron almost walked on that play because he didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
He got up off his feet and he didn't have a plan. He kicked it back to Austin Reeves, and he just stood there and sank it like it was a free throw.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. We saw him walk it off at Dallas making a shot like that. And then we still come down to, because Bogdanovich would not quit, all of a sudden we come down to 13 seconds left, an inbounds play. And, Chris, I'm sorry, LeBron is running from the late-game free throw line. He wants no part of it. He goes and sets a kind of a weak pick and then tries to shrink and disappear. And all of a sudden the play is designed for Malik Monk. He gets doubled, and he gives it up to Russ. And to Russ's credit, he went and got the basketball because somebody was going to have to go to the free throw line and stand there 15 feet away all alone and make 1 or 2 free throws to either assure overtime or a victory. And to Russ's credit, he ranks 102nd of 104 qualified free throw shooters. He steps up to the line like he meant it, and he makes both of them to ice the game. I could not believe it. And trust me, LeBron wanted no part of that. So I can't go all-time great. I can't go performance of the year because it lacked the final minute.
Chris, before you go, let me. This is what he's done. Now you remember you've been on the old show with you were on the old show with Skip, so you know what he's done. At first it was he shrank in the fourth quarter. Now he's condensed it. Not the fourth quarter, he's condensed it to 50 seconds.
Time.
So in other words, Chris, what happened is that I got the last answer on the test. I got an A. I've gotten only one question wrong. It happened to be the last question, so you give me a C.
What was the most important minute of that basketball game?
There would have been no
last minute.
There would have been no minute.
I give you that.
Right.
There would have been no minute.
Exactly.
Okay. There would have been no.
You are not even. It's over. You're on the bench getting ready for your next game, getting ready to go on vacation for the All-Star weekend if LeBron doesn't carry him in the fourth quarter. And look, and first of all, let me clarify. Not an all-time great performance. I'm saying one of the best performances of this season by any player. That's all I'm saying about LeBron's game.
Right?
But one of them. Went top 5, something like that. But here's the thing, Skip. And Shannon, you notice that play, can we see it again as I thought? That play looked an awful lot like one Michael Jordan going into getting double teamed and kicking it to Steve Kerr. And now we think of Steve Kerr as the legend. One of the greatest coaches ever. All that. It looks a lot like that. You're double teamed. You kick it to the guy. Yes, the pass to Austin Reeves. And he takes the big shot. I'm talking about Jordan in the finals, kicking it to Steve Kerr for the game winner. Looked a lot like that play.
Wait, LeBron.
Both of them double team, kicking it out to a shooter, and there's a lot of similarities between Steve Kerr and Austin Reeves.
No plan. Did he tell Austin Reeves on the bench, they're going to double me and I'm going to kick it to you? That's what Jordan did.
Skip. If he told Austin Reeves on the bench, you'd be killing him for that.
Right.
You'd be saying he didn't want it. LeBron was fearful. He knew he didn't want the shot.
Right.
Oh, stop. He just flew into the lane into 5 guys and, I guess I got to throw it back to him.
Well, yeah, he's coming in the lane. He was going to try to lay it up, but they double him. So now he passed.
Okay,
I'm surprised you didn't kill him for passing the ball because you like LeBron. Why would you pass the ball to an undrafted rookie? You're 6'9", just catch it, go, just power through him, and just go to the free throw line. I'm surprised you didn't say that.
Did he not run from the free throw line?
No.
Yes, he
All
did.
right. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.